Hello, my name is Zachary. You can call me Gots or Zach. This will be my first episode of many, and this is a self-reflection of things to help improve my life, maybe help yours. And it took me about 3 months to get to this point, to even talk to the camera and get some things off my chest and become a better person in the process. I made many excuses why I wouldn't start during those 3 months. And finally, I said November 1st is the day. And I told myself to start. And as you can see, I'm sticking to it. The recap for the day, I started with fasted 27 minutes of jump roping, cardio, burn some calories. I watched the stock market for opportunity. Today, Powell talked. Thank God he didn't raise interest rates. I ideally made a good play going into tomorrow. Read up to 10 minutes of my book right here, called Reading Price Charts Bar for Bar. So far, so good. I also stuck with my diet of 130 to 150 grams of protein and consuming under 2,000 calories, as I'm trying to be in a calorie deficit. Ideally, I become more precise with these numbers to reach overall goals I will mention later in this video. First, let's start with who I am, a 30-year-old trying to make more of my life. I've been consumed by video games, the loophole of scrolling on TikTok or Instagram for way too long, watching too much corn. So I started this journey of becoming healthier and wealthier. This past year has been very up and down, such as a bad breakup, loss of money, and even friends. Thinking I would be with that person forever, but mistreated and overall used for their own benefit. I had to cut them out of my life. No contact, etc. Kind of like ghosting them, if you will. And on top of that, during the past 6 or 7 years, I have slowly been forgetting who I am as a person. Not sure how I even got a girlfriend in that process, but it is what it is. And or even what I'm doing with my life. Buried deep inside of layers and layers of lies, insecurity, lack of confidence, and that's just trash. I should be better than that. So in the process of those 6 or 7 years, I was chasing material things such as clothes, and that's the worst to spend money on. Going to clubs, popping bottles, impressing people that I don't even hang out with anymore. I thought if I look like the part, I'll eventually get there. Fake it till you make it. That's not true. That doesn't really work out. It's really bad overall. It's not how good the clothes you wear, but actually the skin you're in that matters more. For a great example, this hoodie I'm wearing right now, I probably got in like 2018 or so, and I personally, first time wearing it today, I cut off the tag and everything. So there's a great example. I suggest don't buy clothes unless you're gonna wear it that day. If you lose yourself, you're losing your so-called purpose. The reason for getting up in the morning, the passion in your eyes, your ambition for that hobby that you started, or that dream, that side hustle, the self-motivation, the hunger, you seem to have no more of. That's the process of losing yourself. And one can only achieve what they really want in their truest self or authentic self, where they don't second guess what they say, are truly confident with themselves and their choices in moving forward with their lives. You either are too comfortable or content with your situation you are in to change any of it. Even having a girlfriend can create a false sense of reality or security, even thinking that you can have a family with that person eventually. And in reality, a relationship can end in one night. Something goes wrong, you see someone with someone else that you didn't think, or etc., etc. One way of losing myself, like many others, is putting others as a priority over yourself, which you shouldn't do. You must remember that you come first. We only live on this planet for a finite amount of time, so make every moment you can cherishable and for you more so than for other people. Don't forget yourself. Be selfish. It's better than being used and abused. So in the process of finding myself, I decided to go back to my old routines where I was more hungry, more motivated, more ambitious and eager to achieve things and get things, such as money or whatever the case may be. 7 years ago, I was hitting the gym consistently, so I started doing that again. I used to only eat food I cooked, so I started doing that again. I've saved so much money because Uber Eats is killing me. I literally haven't ordered in a whole month and a half now. No Uber Eats. Really proud of myself. and removing myself from things that consume time, but that don't end, but they don't have any effect on my end goal that can be better used in other places. So I'm not going to go out and drink because overall that's not going to help me get to where I want to be in life. My end goal is like many probably, or at least what I'm really chasing for, seems very simple. Essentially, live a happy, grateful life with the success I achieved and with a happy wife and kids that are healthy, beautiful, kind, and loving. Can't ask for a better end goal in my head. Little goals to get to that process is to grow this channel, inspire others, help them never lose their selves and or their overall goal. Also to wake up with a six pack every morning to the point where I'm almost shredded and become a person I would want my future kids to want to look up to. And in the end, better, smarter, more interesting, funny, and definitely enthusiastic when speaking. To reach these goals, I first need some sort of income, 15 to 35K a month. And at the moment, I'm struggling to just make 1,000. So we'll see how that goes. I have no job, but I have a lot of time. So I decided to do the most with it. Might as well express and keep track of what I'm trying to do and accomplish. The idea of working like a slave has been a constant reminder, sadly, as I could always do more. Just imagine a whip or a sword like just constantly hurting you whenever you stop doing what you want to achieve. And I'm pretty sure you would stop unless you die. And the idea of get rich, and that's the idea of get rich or die trying, as 50 Cent would say. I don't have any particular reason to not get a regular job, but call me crazy or insane, but I believe I'm just destined for something more. And whatever it is, I'll be happy with it, but I guess everyone starts from somewhere. So I might get a regular job if that's the case, just to make this process of 15 to 35K a month easy. At the moment, I do some covered option calls and puts on Robinhood, and we'll start updating moving forward as the vlogs and reflection become more consistent. I will update you on if I'm making more money. Ideally, I am. And we'll see how that goes in the process. This video might be longer than I thought, explaining myself and giving advice for the next day. Seems like a lot in the video, but we'll see how long it really is. Maybe I can edit it shorter. Some say you have to be at rock bottom to really change where you are and to really get that hunger back, to create something from nothing. I don't really think so. I think if you want it, you can go get it. If you don't want it, you probably don't want it that much. You need discipline, you need perseverance, you need motivation. I have definitely motivation that I have reoccurring and created. I have discipline. I have proved that to myself by going to the gym and still going to the gym every day for the past 80 to 90 days. And then with that being said, my personality trait that I'm glad that I have is that I can lose myself in the sense of being infatuated with the idea of something that I find interesting, almost passionate and obsessive. And with this, hopefully it becomes what I'm obsessed with is my YouTube channel. In the process of when I was losing myself, I started not trusting people. Like in the sense of when someone tells me something, I risk it every time to overall, and then I hope they're telling the truth. And when they lie, I see them as a liar. Actions speak louder than words. So until they prove what they're telling me, I don't really consider it anything more so than, I guess, talking through the grapevine, if you will. I don't have many friends, and I'm not too worried about that. I'm not a fan of socializing as much as other people because I feel like it's a more of a bartering system. Like in the sense, like there's some give or take in any relationship where you still hang out or talk to this person because of XYZ, and they still talk to you, etc. XYZ, even if it might be venting or not venting, or just to get your opinion on something because you might be in a higher position than they are. There's some give and take no matter what. And I genuinely don't enjoy that, and I don't want to live like that. So I rather enjoy genuine friendships and conversations that no party is trying to take an advantage or get something out of the relationship. One personality trait that I wasn't really fond of or didn't like about myself is that I wouldn't start conversation, only be a person who responds to being talked to and not initiating any real substance. But recently, I started to become more enthusiastic when meeting people and talking to people and leave a great first impression. Overall, it's better to be loud and exciting than mute and monotone. Talk about topics that aren't so common, such as what they do for fun, or have you done anything closer to get your goals, is something that I feel is better than talking about like, hey, how's work? Like, who wants to really talk about work? Great example is how many times, hey, how are you doing? I'm doing good. You? Like, bro, like, come on, you think of a different adjective like instead of good? Try divine or unbothered or amazing. Don't sell your life and experiences short. Really upsell. Even though they might not find it interesting, you should find it interesting because you lived it. If you're having a bad day, be honest to the person you're talking to. You never know, they might be able to help you or cheer you up. So that's one thing I've recently, over the past 3 months, started to change my weak and ugly sides of my personality that I despise at most, to the point where you become someone that you would want to meet. Such as, for me, interesting, intelligent, athletic, wealthy, overall joyful and happy. See yourself and envision it in your mind. Write it out and repeat it every single day until it becomes part of you and who you are. Be honest with yourself. If someone doesn't like how you speak or what you tell them, they don't have to be in your life. Why lie to keep people around? That makes no sense. You'll go furthest in life when you're true, your authentic self, and you'll go farther than you imagine being your ultimate self. You attract what you want and the effort you put in. If you can make yourself more valuable, you can have more than what you got, and as you become more than who you are, the results will speak for themselves. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if you do nothing, you get nothing. Seems simple. You put in work, you get results. Listen to yourself and your own advice. If you can fathom the idea, you're willing and capable of making it happen. Don't let anyone tell you you can't. And if you compare yourself to everyone, remember the only thing you should compare yourself is the 24 hours they have and you have. As if the person was in the same position as you way back when is doing better now, be patient. Your time will come. Put in that effort and work hard. The more you put in, the better the outcome. And at the end of the day, you will be betting on yourself, and I don't think you would let yourself down. The advice I want to give myself and possibly to others watching this video is begin. Start creating the life that you dream of, whether it be for personal life in the woods or hustling day to day in the city. Listen to yourself and your own advice. If you fathom the idea, you're willing and capable to make it happen. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Make a promise and don't quit. It's only day one of many. I'm doing this for myself to stay on top of my goals and achievements. I'll be proud of anything I accomplish in the process. If you find any of this relatable, helpful, or inspiring, like and subscribe, as it will essentially help me reach my goals and dreams. And at the same time, probably yours. So thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow.